I think I actually healed creative's block. I think I know where it comes from, and I think I know how to never let it happen again. So it really does have everything to do with your creative identity. And I believe that when you are experiencing creative's block, it's because you're detached from it. And what I mean by that is, as an artist, not just as someone who's creative and likes to draw from time to time, I mean, like, if art is your dream and that is what you are trying to pursue, at some point in your life, I think something happened where you stopped reacting to life as an artist. I have this inherent belief that people are artists, people become artists because they see life a certain way and they react to life a certain way, and the need to create is one of them. And I think that if you truly want to be successful and take yourself seriously as an artist, everything that you consume should be art, about art, anything that inspires you. I like watching music videos. I like watching old movies. I like going on a walk. I like meditating, right? Those things inspire me. I like looking at other artists. So at some point in your life, you stopped reacting to life as an artist. You stopped finding inspiration. And you woke up one day, I guess, and you just started reacting simply as a person. You know, I don't know what people do when things happen to them, but I remember when I discovered I was an artist, it was a bad time in my life. It was a difficult time. I was very young, teen, and you know, when I discovered that I loved art, and it's funny, I was never good in art class. Honestly, I hated art class. I didn't like being told what to create. But I found abstract art and I realized, okay, yeah, this is my thing. This is what I'm gonna do. I was constantly creating. I had so many ideas. You know, I don't just paint, I like designing. I have so many design ideas and products that I want to create, and that's just what I did. And at some point in my life, I stopped reacting to life by, oh my gosh, I could make something like this. Oh my gosh, this inspired me. Oh, I like this color. Oh, whatever. I was just a person, and I was reacting to life as a person, not an artist. And I think that that's where it comes from. The reason why we're artists is because we react to life by creating. You know, we're not just like other people where we eat or, you know, we consume content. We produce the content. So when did we stop producing is the question. And I think that it's really just a matter of, is this who you are? Is this what you want to do? Is it not? It's you can't treat it as a hobby. You have to surround yourself. You have to be consumed by the arts. Because if that's what you want to do, you will be successful. You will. It's a lot easier to be successful as an artist today. And I know that it's hard to, you know, no one's telling you to be broke and paint all day or whatever it is, whatever art form you're doing. No one's telling you to do that. But any chance you get, you should be creating something. Because that's what we do. That's our purpose, right? That's who we are. And I also found that if your dream is something that is artistic, you have to fight for it. Every single day, you have to take yourself seriously and say, I'm an artist. This is what I do. You should be producing more than you are consuming. And that's why you don't have any ideas. That's why you don't feel the need to create anymore, because it's been so long that it's been more of a habit to consume than produce. And you have to stop that. You know, when inspiration doesn't come, that's because that's the time that you go to it. And as soon as you pick up that paintbrush, as soon as you start drawing, as soon as you start writing, whatever art that you're doing, it'll come to you. But if you're surrounding yourself and your brain with things that don't reflect you, that is quite literally the reason why you have creative's block. And the way for it to never happen again is taking yourself seriously and saying, I'm an artist. This is what I'm gonna do. And you just have to believe in yourself. And you will find success in it. You know, when you are aligned to your purpose, it doesn't leave your mind. It doesn't escape you. And as much as you put it on the back burner, that's who you are. Whoever you are, that's who you're gonna be. You know, and you have to realize that the sign that you're looking for to take yourself seriously is the fact that it has never left your mind. It has never, you know, sometimes we think that we have to feel a certain kind of way, or we think that life is supposed to give us something to make us have a reason to take ourselves seriously, especially if you're an artist. Like, I get it. But if that's really what you want to do, then that's who you have to be. And you have to react to life as an artist. And you have to think as an artist. And you have to realize that if that is genuinely what you want to do, then that is your purpose and that's what you should be doing. And I'm not saying, like I said, I'm not saying to quit your job and pursue art, you know, full time. You need money to buy paint. You need money to get a job. But your art should not be on the back burners. They should be your main focus. And you should be more consistent with producing rather than consuming, because you're supposed to be the one producing the content for other people to consume, not the other way around. And I think that that is the greatest sign for realizing that, yes, you are supposed to be taking your art seriously. Yes, you are going to be successful in it, because when you are acting the opposite of what you're meant to be doing, you are not your best. Isn't that right? You're out of your ideas. You're out of, you know, all the things that you're supposed to be doing, because some people are meant to create and some people are just meant to consume and look at the beautiful art and enjoy it. That's what art is made for people to enjoy, for people to feel something. You are supposed to be the one expressing your soul in the way of art. Art it doesn't just happen to everybody. That's why some people don't feel that. You know, if you feel that, if you have these dreams and you have these ideas, the sign to go for them is the fact that you have them, because you wouldn't have them if it wasn't meant to be. Other people have ideas, but they don't have yours. Hello? So stop being a normal person. You're not a normal person. You're an artist. Be brave enough to express your soul through art. Be brave enough to be different. And if life is too regular and you're out of ideas, go be brave enough to be somebody else. Reinvent yourself and reinvent yourself and reinvent yourself constantly. It's about the arts. It's not about being a good person. It's about being an artist. And if that's what you really want to be, then that's what you gotta be every single day. It's not a hobby. It's your life. So stop apologizing for taking your art seriously and start taking yourself as serious as you can. And by that I mean go and be free and express and produce it and show it off, because that's what you're supposed to do.